Eulogies aren't meant to be weapons, but hers was. My husband's legacy will be carried on by his real sons, she said, eyes fixed on my two stepbrothers. The mourners nodded like sheep. Then her gaze cut to me, cold, final. You are not needed here. It wasn't grief that made her voice tremble, it was triumph. I stood. The pew creaked beneath me, and whispers trailed in my wake as I moved toward the exit. My hands didn't shake, my steps didn't falter. On the surface, I was calm. Inside, something shifted. Not grief, not loss, something colder. Then he stood, a man no one expected to move, let alone speak. My father's oldest friend. A lawyer who hadn't spoken in years, not since his stroke left him with a permanent tremor. His cane tapped against the wood as he rose, and every head turned. His eyes found mine, and for the first time in weeks, I felt seen. And what he did next made the air in the church turn heavy, like the storm before a funeral isn't over, just postponed. The betrayal didn't begin that morning. It only revealed itself. Whispers had always shadowed me. A sideways glance at family gatherings, a too long pause when bloodlines were mentioned. I never gave them weight. My father's hand on my shoulder silenced them all. Until now. She had been waiting for this moment. To erase me. To cut my name from the stone before it was carved. I replayed her words on a loop. Real sons. Not biological truth, but her truth. The one she'd been stitching behind closed doors, whispered into my father's ear when illness softened him. The same illness that silenced him before he could set the record straight. Was I his son, or just the shadow she tolerated because she couldn't erase me while he breathed? Denial clawed at me, but suspicion grew sharper. The lawyer's sudden movement wasn't coincidence. He knew something, and she knew that he knew. Her jaw tightened the moment he rose. That was the tell. I didn't confront her that day. I didn't need to. Rage makes mistakes. Silence doesn't. Instead, I began to dig. Old files, hospital records, letters my father never meant to be read by anyone but him. I traced timelines, pieced fragments together, and then blood, DNA, the truth written in cells and percentages, science where lies could not breathe. But I didn't run to the test like a child begging for certainty. I moved with precision, quiet, detached. Every step a blade pressed against the truth, testing how deep I was willing to cut. My nights were filled with silence, my days with shadows. I watched her, the widow dressed in black, but her eyes too quick to dry. My stepbrothers stood taller, bolder, now that I was shrinking into the background. I let them believe it, let them think I was fading. Inside, I sharpened myself. The envelope arrived one morning, plain, ordinary, deadly. I didn't open it right away. I sat with it, letting the weight of it press against my palm, knowing that once I broke the seal, there would be no return. When I did, silence fell heavier than any scream. Confirmed, no doubt. My father's blood ran through me. His legacy was mine. His silence had never been a betrayal. It was protection. That evening, I returned to the house. I laid the document on the table in front of her. No words, just the truth, clean and undeniable. She faltered. Her eyes scanned the page, lips parting, searching for air that wouldn't come. My stepbrothers shifted, waiting for her to explain, but explanations don't survive evidence. I watched her, without lifting a hand. You tried to bury me alive, I said finally. My voice didn't rise. It didn't need to. Her hands trembled, but she said nothing. You thought legacy was a game of erasure, that you could rewrite blood. The paper lay between us like a gravestone. Not his, hers. I stood, slow, deliberate. Your sons will live under the shadow of this truth. They will know what you did. And you, I let the silence hang, sharper than any word, will never control the story again. I didn't burn her world. I didn't need to. I simply left her to rot inside the truth she tried to kill. Walking out of that house was not escape. It was reclamation. The weight I carried wasn't grief. It was clarity. My father's silence wasn't weakness. It was faith. He trusted that the truth, one day, would find me, and it had. I didn't need her approval or their acceptance. Legacy isn't given. It's taken back from the hands that try to steal it. At the grave, I stood alone. No flowers, no words, just presence. And as I turned away, I knew one thing with final certainty. She had buried the wrong son.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and comment. Subscribe now to Cheating Stories Insight World for more amazing stories.